on today's What I Do.
Now we have what it is today, which is a practice where we can express God in our practice, offer healing for our patients.
Bibles and back pain. How one chiropractor is teaming up with Christ to change healthcare.
We started slowly making the steps of transforming our practice from being a secular practice with Christians working in it to really being a ministry, being an expression of what we do.
Welcome to What I Do. I'm Rob Melnichuk. We want to celebrate your workplace calling. Dr. Yurij Chewpa is a chiropractor with a cause. He's mixing work with worship and helping people feel good inside and out.
Hi, I'm Dr. Yurij Chewpa, and this is What I Do.
The Bible says that we should be healthy and vital for 75 to 120 years. Scientists say that we should be healthy and vital for about 112. No matter how you slice it, we're really underperforming.
In the business now 22 years, Dr. Chewpa is a patient turned professional.
Did kinesiology at the University of Waterloo, and then I got injured playing hockey at Waterloo, and we had a chiropractor on staff, and he got me well and got me back on the ice. And after that, I knew that chiropractic was the way I wanted to go.
A decision that also led him to his wife and colleague.
I actually graduated in 1986 from Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College, and my wife Marie graduated in '88. We started Hunt Club Chiropractic Clinic together, I guess 20 years ago. But about 10 years into practice, Marie was starting to fade out of practice a little bit because we had two boys that were at home, and she felt the calling to stay at home more. So we brought Dr. Ed in as a partner.
And Dr. Ed wasn't the only one. Soon God also joined the team.
I had a friend of mine, and he challenged us to talk about God on our whiteboards, to have worship music, to have Bibles, and every one of those steps was excruciatingly painful. It was like, what's going to happen to my practice? Is everybody going to leave? But, the challenge was there, and we did step forward. And so we really felt like this wasn't just chiropractic now, that we were called to pray for our patients, that we were called to lay hands on our patients. And we started slowly making the steps of transforming our practice from being a secular practice with Christians working in it to really being a ministry, being an expression of what we do. And it was a step-by-step process. It wasn't like all of a sudden.
Still, it didn't take long for their prayers to turn into proof.
Then God started working supernaturally in our practice, and we had supernatural growth. He was just sending people in the mornings when we would open up our practice. They would be lined up out the door and around the corner into our parking lot. The practice went from serving around 500 people a week to 2,000 people a week in the course of 1 year. It was absolutely beyond, nobody can explain it. It was just a God thing.
Most people in Canada, North America, and the Western world have actually no clue what wellness is or what health is.
The way that the practice is structured is that most people, when they come into the office, they have a very, what we call, mechanistic model of health, where it's focused on pain relief. And the way we practice is in a wellness model. So health comes from above, and it comes from the inside out, as opposed to what everybody else does in the Western world.
But it's not just the patients who've gone through a few adjustments.
Early on, we used to hit people over the head with God, and we wouldn't even give them an opportunity to establish a rapport with us, and people would get offended, of course, because not everybody in Canada believes what we believe. I remember one patient in particular, him and his wife were sitting there, and the first thing she said is, well, why did you guys have to bring up God? And so what we've done, I take a step backwards and say, you know what, it's okay if you don't believe what I believe. But I need you to understand where I'm coming from, because it's just who I am, and it's part of, what I do.
Another interesting fact about chiropractors is the biggest difference between them and medical doctors is their philosophy and preferred method of treatment. So today's question is, given the choice and no immediate crisis, who would you prefer to treat body pain? Email me your answer at whatido@crossroads.ca, then go to crossroads.ca/whatido for the results. Dr. Yurij Chewpa is a great example of a doctor running a business. He's got a successful practice, but the bottom line is all about the patients. Here's author and business expert Stephen Scott with one more reason why working hard like Dr. Chewpa is worth it.
A diligent man creates success. extraordinary success that even makes a king take up and notice. Well, let me read you a couple of the things Solomon said about diligence. He said that it produces 7 rewards, true diligence. He says you'll gain a sure advantage. You'll take control of situations instead of them being in control of you. You'll find true fulfillment. You'll gain the respect and admiration of those who are in authority. And your success will be ever increasing. It won't plateau. He says your needs will be satisfied and your efforts will be profitable. Okay? So what does this mean? It means you need to learn what true diligence is. It's not just working hard. It's working smart, it's learning creativity, and it's learning how to effectively partner, because partnering is required. It's a component part of being diligent, because none of us can do everything on ourselves. A diligent man will stand before kings.